Just little downtime, yeah, for the subs, the people who don't need to watch the ads. All right, here we are. We're on a new match on 2000 atmospheres LE on the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Our red Protoss player. I always introduce the Protoss players. I don't know why. Play for Alpha X. It is TriGGeR.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have his opponent, his teammate, the blue Terran player, also hailing from the land of NA of the United States of America. It is Vindicta.
Do you think TriGGeR watches like Winnie the Pooh?
What are you on about? Oh, you mean like the TriGGeR? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's like TriGGeR, and he's like, nah, he's like thinking, oh, they might think I'm a child, I gotta make it edgy. TriGGeR, yeah.
Look, I don't want to look, mate. I think we're dating ourselves a little bit here. I wouldn't be surprised if kids nowadays have no idea.
They have no idea
what Winnie the Pooh is, mate. They have no idea. What are you on about? I was about to say I haven't seen Winnie the Pooh in years. The only reason why you're thinking about it is because you've been playing Kingdom Hearts. Like,
that's true. That is so true. True.
Oh god.
That's the truest. I can't lie about that, man.
I know, mate. I know you. Oh, but yeah, it's sad, right? Like TriGGeR, for those wondering, he's young. I think he's still 17, maybe 18 now.
That's gross.
And I really doubt he's ever heard of Winnie the Pooh. He's like, what? Winnie the what? Excuse me? What'd you just say?
It's all about Dora, man.
Dora the Explorer?
No swiping. Yeah. That's his era, right? Growing up.
Is that his era though? Is Dora the Explorer still a thing?
17 years ago?
Yeah. Okay, I guess so.
What's 17 years ago? 17 years ago is like what? 2004?
2004, mate. He would have been watching shows when he's like 5 years old? 2009?
2009? Oh god, I was graduating high school.
That's what I'm saying, man. We're old. Oh my god, feels bad, man. This is why Yaku hates casting TriGGeR and PattyMac, because they remind him of that. Like, he's no longer the youngest,
He's their older brother.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well, this is annoying. A Depth and a Zealot across the map, making Vindicta not be able to plant his natural.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having to put more resources into Reapers and Hellions for this than he wants to.
Exactly. That natural finally is resumed to be being built here. So very, very delayed. I mean, Vindicta finally does clear everything up. Talking about the openers a little bit, something that I thought was very interesting. We saw PattyMac do it in his game against Future. TriGGeR did the same thing. He actually scouted for proxies over on the left and right. So I guess it's something a little bit more common on this map. So he was just kind of checking his corners, if you will, but did a very good job at delaying this space.
That it didn't. Ooh, Reaper actually getting in. Didn't block off the Reaper jump points. So this Reaper has full scout everything. I believe he scouted the front door, so he should have seen the wall and possibly the Stargate.
That's a good. Okay, he just saw.
He just saw it. Okay, so he knows. And it is Phoenix's, not an Oracle or a Void Ring.
Interesting, completely different opener to what we saw from PattyMac in his previous series. So that's another thing that I quickly did want to touch on, is that we just saw PattyMac versus Future, and I feel like this is the other side of that coin, right? Vindicta versus TriGGeR. Vindicta is a little bit less accomplished compared to Future. I do think that maybe these players are a little bit closer in skill, and I do think TriGGeR does have a better chance here against Vindicta. I don't know if I would go as far as to say favored, but yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out, right? We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. It's StarCraft after all. But okay, Phoenix is trying to go in. They don't see much. The Cyclone does lock on. Viking does take a shot. But of course, the Phoenixes, they're fast, they're nimble, agile. They'll fly away. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, they even allow the Reapers and the Hellions to just run on past, because why the hell not? But we do have a pretty big commitment to these Phoenixes. Like TriGGeR, this is typically what he does go for. And I'm really curious to see how this series plays out, because again, they've played against each other before. I believe we've casted Vindicta versus TriGGeR, and it's gone all the way to that ace match. So we'll see if TriGGeR can pull it off again. Meanwhile, oh my god, nothing here to defend. Oh no.
Timing. The Cyclone just walked right by the Phoenixes as well as the Phoenixes were coming, but here we are across the map, and Vindicta, he's putting on some pressure, kind of trying to possibly even deny that third, but guess not, just going straight on in. He's saying, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, and, let's go. The Phoenixes are showing up here, and I mean, they can do a lot to defend. They can pick up the Cyclones, they can pick up the tanks as well. They try to take out the medevac. Oh my god, the medevac survives.
Phoenixes ran out of energy. Come on, Phoenixes, do something. Let's go. All right, we have a Void Ray out as well. It's going to take down that siege tank easy peasy. And this push is going to get fully defended. No problem.
Wow.
TriGGeR just picking up the scraps. These Phoenixes have no energy though, unfortunate.
That was devastating for Vindicta, because again, when I saw that he didn't turn around, I'm like, okay, the Phoenixes, they're out of position, right? They got a little bit too greedy. They went into the mineral line. This is perfect for Vindicta. He didn't even cancel the third. He didn't even kill the third. Like, he tried to go for the throat and he got cleaned up. He dealt no economic damage whatsoever.
Yeah, there was... I don't know if it was like he was already committed, because it looked like he was pushing across the map, and then he saw the Phoenixes go into his natural, right? And so there was like, I guess, no point in turning around, so he just went for it. And what, TriGGeR was just prepared, I guess. Like, he had a good amount of army still back home. You know, he had stuff to defend with, and he made it work.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a shame, because, you know, Vindicta, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to kill this third base, right? But like, because I guess he felt pressured to do even more damage because of the losses he sustained at home, and because of that, maybe he was a little bit more indecisive. And as we saw, TriGGeR, he just came back with the Phoenixes, mate, they be zooming. It didn't take them long to come back home, and yeah, TriGGeR was able to defend beautifully. Now Colossus are on the way. TriGGeR, he got away with the third base as well. We can see he's well ahead, almost 20 workers compared to Vindicta. This is
not looking good for Vindicta though, honestly. This got catching up to do. Does he have stim and his upgrades? Oh, okay. He's got catching up to do.
I mean, he's only got one engineering bay as well. I mean, these upgrades will finish up, and maybe he can try and hit a timing. But like, what kind of timing is he gonna hit? We're already gonna have 2 Colossus. Extended Thermal Lance is gonna finish up as well. Like, I would love to see another like insane Doom drop, you know, future style. But I don't know if I see that happening, especially with all these Phoenixes. They're waiting for the drop.
Yeah, they're preparing themselves. I like Vindicta's TriGGeR's composition for, you know, it's a very anti-drop composition. You know, Phoenix is just flying around, you know, just protecting the base. He has an observer at like perfect places, right? To see wherever drops are coming or not. He's got units spread out. Like, he's in a good spot.
Definitely.
He could expand again if he wanted to. I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Yeah, no reason at all. He's got plenty of resources to do so. You know, I'm not saying maybe PattyMac should watch this VOD, but maybe to give it help him out against Future next time. But here we go, TriGGeR, instead of expanding, mate, he's ready to push out across the map. He's ready to engage here at the third, which is maybe the best case scenario for Vindicta.
Yeah, charge is finished up. The +1 has finished up for TriGGeR. Vindicta's here. He's turtled in. He's ready for a fight. And so, TriGGeR, is he gonna bring it to him?
Yeah.
So he's in the set. Is in
the sensor tower.
The sensor tower. He's like in there. He's saying, "I'm here. Let's go." And here we go. TriGGeR with the micro, not letting the Zealots charge right away, but is allowing them to get up top of the army, then letting them charge. Good amount of trading is happening. EMPs are going off, and it's like Vindicta's able to push a bit of the army back, but he's still got his 2 Colossus and it's still a healthy amount of Zealots lying.
Exactly.
This is a fight that Vindicta does not want to have. Honestly.
There was some beautiful SimCity there, and like there was a really massive choke point, and you know what, the EMPs are landing as well, but it just feels like Vindicta just doesn't have enough. It's just pure numbers game at this point, and GG gets called. TriGGeR takes game 1.
Slap the poor boy down with the Zealots. I told you, Lions. Zealots are pretty good.
Zealots are pretty good. As a Terran player, that Zealots are pretty good. I was very impressed. Like, despite the SimCity, despite the choke point, and like 2-3 tanks sieged up, those Zealots, they just walked on through. They got on top of those tanks. They dealt the damage. The Colossus went crazy, insane in that mineral line. Very solid game there by TriGGeR.
I just want to point out that Zealot micro was really nice though. He made sure that his Zealots didn't charge on top of those supply depots. He was maneuvering them in between the supply depots and then letting them charge on top of the army of Vindicta. And I think that was key. I think any other like average Protoss player would just like, you know, A moved and all the Zealots would just land on top of the buildings.
Definitely. It was really impressive to see, right? Like a typical A move wouldn't have worked there. You know, the SimCity would have done its job, and TriGGeR was aware of that. So he did have a cute little micro move there. Worked very well for him. And again, this is a best of 3, not a best of 5. He needs one more, and he will, you know, take his first win in his group.
Oh, it's Lightshade. Hey, long time.
Yeah, we haven't been here. No, it's been a while.
Been a while.
Are we gonna see Beckett Industries today?
I don't know.
You're like, what the hell's that? I've never seen it.
I'm seriously, what the hell's that? I've never heard of it. In the top left corner of the map, we have a blue Terran player on Lightshade LE playing for Team Alpha X. It is Vindicta.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the Lightshade LE, we have the Canadian Protoss. He is red, representing Team Alpha X. It is TriGGeR. So I may have sneezed.
I heard your mic mute. I was about to do your intro for you, and I heard it unmute. I was like, okay, he's got this.
It's okay. Oh, God. But yeah, so far...
I know that noise. I know that...
I was sneezing, okay? I was sneezing. But yeah, honestly, I'm really enjoying this cast so far, and the games that we've had. Obviously, we're very familiar with these players, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried. For those wondering, I don't know if you can tell with my accent, I don't have the thickest Aussie accent, but I am in Australia here, and the broadcast started at 6 a.m. Oh boy. And I was awake since yesterday at 11 p.m. It was, oh boy. Wasn't.
Why?
and I was feeling it. I was like, yo, I'm getting kind of tired here. But thankfully, these PvPs and PvTs, they've woken me up, man. It's good. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Why? Did that SAV do some damage to that cyber core? Dude, if he took that gas, I'd be so happy.
That would have been amazing. Oh my god.
You just send him a contract.
Oh god. Maybe one day. But so far so good. TriGGeR, he was scouting around for some proxies just in case, you know, towards the north and south, and so far he hasn't really found anything. I mean, there was nothing to find. He was just opening up safe. And Vindicta, just like his predecessor, skipping that. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Didn't skip the Reaper.
He did the STV scout, and he's going for a second Reaper scout. So just being extra sure, you know, being extra safe. No shenanigans are happening at all. He's gonna get that pylon. I believe it.
I mean, this Adept is gonna try and stop that from happening. Meanwhile, we do have a cheeky probe here in behind the mineral line. And does he trap himself?
Yes.
Is that probe stuck? Did that just happen? Is he?
Yes.
It is.
Is he gonna kill it? He's gonna kill it.
No! You can save him. Oh god!
Like it's too much energy to recall. Can't use it on the probe.
I mean, you can get a War Prism later. That poor probe.
Like it's too much resources to feel.
Feels bad, man. Do you think it's one of those things where, like, you know how it pops up when you have an idle worker and TriGGeR's like, that's gonna just annoy the hell out of me. He's like, you're not worth it, buddy. He's like, puppy, please save me.
He did save him.
I'm
just saying.
Feels bad, man.
All right, we got Scout, Suicidal Scout. You know, nothing. Sure, whatever, and completely misses the Stargate. Question mark?
He does. He has not seen it. He has absolutely no idea what the hell is going on right now.
He saw the gateways, but he didn't see the Stargate.
Yeah.
He's doing the same opening he essentially did in game 1. He's getting a Cyclone and a Viking as well. So the Phoenixes aren't really going to do much at the start, but if they start building up in numbers, that's going to be a bit of a problem if Vindicta isn't prepared for that.
Yeah, I think that's important to note, right? Like, the goal of these Phoenixes aren't necessarily for early game damage. If they get it, that's great, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, it's like for map control, right? It's to stop these drops, it's to CC in these big engagements where you can pick up tanks, you can pick up cyclones. Like, there's just so much versatility with these Phoenixes, especially in the hands of someone like TriGGeR. So yeah, it is a bit of a shame that Vindicta doesn't know what he's up against, so he's kind of just being really safe at home and just kind of chilling here, waiting for anything, and because of that, TriGGeR is like taking full advantage of that and just taking another third.
Gotta love it.
It's
now
disgusting.
The Phoenixes are off game, just flying around, making sure, you know, that nothing crazy is happening. Get the Viking? Nah.
Ooh, Viking survives, so does the Phoenix as well. They do bounce off each other, and now Vindicta knows what the opener was. He's feeling a lot more safer and secure, like, okay, it wasn't like Blink Stalkers or anything crazy like that.
Also, you should fix the score.
Oh, my apologies, my apologies. Look, I was sneezing in the beginning, okay?
That's fine, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Thank you for everyone pointing out in the chat. I appreciate it. I apologize. There's a 3-minute delay. In 3 minutes, it would be fixed.
We all make mistakes. We're all slowly dying inside, you know.
We are. It feels bad, man. Just like that probe, you know. No one's saying.
Just like
I'm never gonna forget that probe, man. That's what I'm gonna come away with after today's broadcast. That poor probe.
You're just gonna keep reminding TriGGeR, like, bro, game 2 in DreamHack Open in your groups and DreamHack Summer, man, you killed that probe.
Hey.
Why, man? You could have saved him.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Save us Charlie. He had a family.
I'm gonna clip that moment and send it to him, mate. I'm gonna send it to him on Twitter. Oh god.
Every time you cast him, you'd be like, "Are you gonna kill a probe again today?"
You monster! Goddamn.
You monster! Dude, what if he just kills a probe like every game?
Every time I cast, yeah, he would. He totally would do that. Oh god, Speaking of like moments, mate, Vindicta wanted to push out across the map, and these Phoenixes have been giving him a pretty hard time. He's barely been able to leave his own half of the map. Dude,
he can't. He's afraid. Like, he's debating whether to go or stay home right now. Like, he's just stuck there because of these Phoenixes, and even TriGGeR, he had the idea of pushing out, but he realizing that Vindicta wasn't going anywhere. He sent his zealots back home.
Yeah, he's just chilling. Why not? Expand, take more, get more upgrades, take another base. Why not? As you said, Vindicta, mate, he's playing very conservative right now, and he's kind of being punished for it. Oh my god.
That would have been a sick Cyclone snipe.
Thankfully, Vindicta does keep his Cyclones alive. He does push away the army, and it looks like he will be moving on and taking his third base. And I kind of like this, I guess. Like, I'm sure Vindicta, he wants to be a little bit aggressive, but he's working on his ghost. We do have enhanced shockwaves on the way. Something that's a little bit worrisome. It has changed now, but I was looking at it earlier. The units lost for a while was like 0 for TriGGeR, but he did just lose one of his Phoenixes.
Oh wow, he lost one Phoenix. Whoo, he's shaking in his boots, man.
Hey, that probe should be there. Just saying.
you want justification for this probe?
That's exactly what I want, mate. Oh god. And exactly, this is what we were talking about. TriGGeR, he just takes the 4th base, going for his Colossus, +1 fire attack even. Oh my god.
Wow, he got double Robo Colossus right away too. What a guy.
And like this is what happens when you leave a Protoss player alone. Like Vindicta hasn't been aggressive at all this game, and because of that, TriGGeR is just getting away with so much, right? As you said, the robos, the upgrades, the needless upgrades, even with the +1 flyer attack. Because why the hell not? TriGGeR he's so rich he can just afford it, I guess.
You think he's gonna go Fleet Bacon?
Why not?
Why not? Right? Like he has he can just drop a Fleet Bacon, right? He has like the Phoenix numbers. He's getting fire attack, you know?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I understand if he wants some AoE first, right? Just to be safe, and then throw down another Stargate, throw down a Fleet Beacon, go into carriers. There's no reason not to. Oh my god. Finally, Vindicta, he goes out across the map.
Finally, right? Like, he's like, he looks at the deck, he's like, oh crap! He's like, oh crap, gotta go! Leave! There's no point!
Oh my god, and he does. Meanwhile, that Cyclone finally gets picked off. TriGGeR, somehow, some way, Vindicta's the one that moves out across the map, and he's the one that ends up taking damage. He still hasn't gone for anything. Take that!
Dude. Make a choice.
Oh god, this is so
do
worrisome.
Something or just max out, you know? Oh god, that was scary.
And you know what, mate? TriGGeR decided to max out because he is basically at 200 supply. There we go. We were talking about a Fleet Beacon gets thrown down, another Stargate gets thrown down. TriGGeR's getting ready to go into carriers if he doesn't straight up kill his opponent.
That was a good EMP. He got all the Phoenixes with that EMP. So the Phoenix have no energy, they have no shields whatsoever. It's gonna be a tough fight. There are a good amount. Ooh, another good EMP actually. Okay, Vindicta. I see how it is.
That was beautiful. He took down every single Zealot. There's barely any buffer left for the Colossus. It looks like the entire Protoss army is gonna be taken out.
Unless. Vikings are too good.
Exactly. God, those EMPs are just so on point there for Vindicta. To be fair, this does free up supply, so TriGGeR, he can go into those carriers, but he's opting not to. And right now, there is a window where, you know, it takes a while for a Protoss army to rebuild. Never mind, we already have 2 Colossus. Oh, God.
Oh, another good EMP. Gets all the Zealots for that. So... I don't know, Vindicta, you gonna take this fight, or are you just gonna, you know, skirt back and forth? Make up your mind.
I really feel like there was an opportunity there, right? Like after winning a big fight like that, you know, kind of resetting that Colossus count, resetting the Phoenix count, like now is the time to go. You don't even necessarily have to go for a head-on engagement. Instead, go for some drops, right? Go for something. Instead, Vindicta backs off.
Yeah, he had the momentum, and I guess he decided not to. He wants to play more safe. Sending off a ghost for nuke missions, I'm gonna guess. Raw, a nuke is being produced, and maybe he has one on deck already. Yes, he does. So this ghost gonna just okay. That drop's gonna be like, nah.
Yeah, the drop does get dealt with, but here we go. Ghost does show up, and right now there's no vision on it. We'll see if TriGGeR actually responds here. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, he notices one at least, and the other. No, TriGGeR, please! TriGGeR, no! Okay. Oh, God!
No! He went back!
He saw it earlier. We saw him split the boys. He knew it was there. Ay.
Wow.
Mate, TriGGeR was doing so well this game. He was doing so well, and is it over for him? The carriers are coming out. Solid EMPs on the Phoenixes once again.
Oh, solid EMP on the whole army once again. The Colossus, they're pretty untouched though, but they're melting pretty fast. Only 2 Colossus left. There's only 1 carrier here as well. Well, the ground army is getting cleaned up. There's nothing that really shoots up anymore. Okay. Alright, a few Marines are here and a Viking, a couple ghosts, another nuke.
Oh god, I'm so worried. I mean, TriGGeR, he does have his probe selected, but he's not moving them. TriGGeR, please! No! Not again! No!
Can he see it?
He moved them away. He saw. He knows. Both times, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I think this is kind of OP for Vindicta, but TriGGeR's
because
he has that emblem.
Red? Yeah.
He has that red emblem. He put it right on the emblem. I don't know if he actually saw it.
True. Yo, does that make it more difficult to see, right? Because of the red coloring in the emblem. I don't know, but meanwhile, okay, TriGGeR, this time he does respond.
So he sees that one, because that one was like on top of the shield battery. Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, just saying.
I mean, TriGGeR has lost a lot of workers. He's losing a base. Once again, so much momentum. The disruptor gets taken out before the purification nova goes off.
Is it another nuke? Are we gonna nuke again?
Let's go. Let's go.
He'll put it on the emblem. Oh, he doesn't put it on the emblem.
We have another nuke here in the natural base of TriGGeR so far. Okay, he has noticed it again, but even though sometimes he notices them, he doesn't react in time. There we go.
All right. Minimum damage.
But
let's get cleaned up.
Yeah, like again, it's just TriGGeR's been doing so well this game, and then as soon as the nukes started happening, he just lost so much. And now, like, there's no way Vindicta loses this. He just stims on forward.
Oh, good split for that purification nova from Vindicta as well. And yeah, it looks like he's gonna clean everything up, and GG is